Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai Shalom Kodash Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the hopefully elect out there. Shalom to you all. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video E's End. You know what I mean by E? And another part of the title is The End of All Flesh has come before me, for the earth is filled with violence. And that's, Esau, it's the descendants of Esau, the Edomites, from the time, well, even before coming out of the womb, he was involved in violence with Jacob. They were both trying to kill each other. When you go into those root words, when you go to the birth of or the Rebecca's womb, it you pull out some of them words and the description of those words. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me stop talking about it and let me go ahead and bring it out. So I'm in Genesis 6. Okay, let me come back over here. I should open up another pad, but let me do it this way. You see the Genesis 25 or Genesis 19? I'm sorry, Genesis 19. Go right to the point. I'm sorry, it's Genesis. Let me, what the hell am I doing? Genesis 25. I had it right the first time. But anyway, so if you go to Genesis chapter 25, starting from the 19th verse, it goes into Isaac's sons. Isaac's sons, which, by the way, Rebecca and Isaac were relatives. Let me just go into Rebecca real quick. I'm sorry, it's right here. I don't got to go into it. It says the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian, because they were living in the land known as Syrian. They were Hebrews, actually, of Pandanaram, the sister of Laban, the Syrian. So Bethuel was who? Who was Bethuel? That's why it's important to go into the blue letter. I mean, we know the answers, but sometimes you go into it. Bethuel, God destroys all man of God, a dweller in God. It says, nephew of Abraham, son of Nahor, by Milcah, a father of Rebekah. Nahor was a brother of Abraham. You go into this word, it'll take you back to that history. So Isaac was the second son of Abraham, and Rebekah was the uh, the granddaughter, of Nahor. Bethuel is the father of Rebekah and Laban. So they were closely relatives. That would be her Isaac's second cousin, and then Jacob. Just going into a little bit of history, and then Jacob got with Rachel and Leah and the two maidservants. So they were what? They were cousins. So they were closely related. So I just wanted to go into that history. But anyway, let's come back over here. I just want to go to the point. Okay, conceive. Let's look up the word conceive, because in the New Testament, when you read about Joseph, you read about Mary being conceived. The word goes back to grape. So Joseph took it. Yeah, but what if Mary resisted? Well, he still took it. What if she was with it? He still took it. It's still rape. It was his responsibility, not hers. He sought to hide her away, or put her away privately, meaning hide her, because her belly started showing. Okay, so the word there is how raw, hara, to conceive, become pregnant, bear, be with child, to conceive, progenitor, to conceive, become pregnant. There's no there's no root to this word. Now, in the New Testament, when you look up the word conceived, it's a different word, and it means one of the definitions is grape or seeds. So let's come back over here. This is what I want, the 22nd verse. And the children or the sons struggled together within her, and she said, "If it be so, why am I thus?" And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said, now this was through a prophet, said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. So you got Jake, and you got Esau. You got our people, Negroes, West End, Puerto Rican, Haitian, Dominicans, people of Negroid and Indian descent of North, Central, and South America, and also scattered around the world. And then you got Esau. So Esau is still here. Esau is on the top. Esau is on the top. It says, and the children struggle together within them. Let me look up the word struggle. Rataza taza. You got the Ra, you got Taza and Taza. You got the Taza, and then you got the final Taza, the symbol or the character Taza. Rataza Taza. So I'll show you it was a death match. They were trying to kill each other. Two opposing spirits. See, Esau's in the power seat right now. That's why you got these police, Edomite police, blowing Jake away because of that inner hatred, that spirit. That means to crush, oppress, to crush, get crushed, be crushed, crush, oppress, crush, to be crushed, to be broken, to crush in pieces, to grievously oppress, to crush each other. Right here it says crack in pieces. Look at that. Deuteronomy 28, verse 33. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up. And that's talking about when we were 2,000 years ago and prior to that, when the Romans came in. And thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always. And that's from the King James. Let me do this. I want to go to the NLT just to see what it says. A foreign nation you have never heard about will eat the crops you work so hard to grow. That's during the time of the Romans 2,000 years ago. You will suffer under constant oppression and harass and harsh treatment. That's even to this day. You will suffer under constant oppression and harsh treatment. See, they're backing off because Jake is ready to. That's why you're going through the history of the riots that Jake had. They ain't falling for that shit no more, man. And let me say this: Esau can't put us back in captivity because Jake could just fucking revolt. This draft, they're talking about Biden is talking. The news is that Biden is talking about setting up a draft. The majority of Jake out there, they ain't gonna go. They like f this goddamn place. This is a different breed of Jake. So now let's come back over here. So I'm jumping around to a lot of things, but so the two babies, Jacob and Esau, was trying to kill each other. There was a UFC death cage death match because of the two spirits, the two opposing spirits. This is why these Edomites don't have rhythm like Jake. Jake got rhythm. They're rhythmic. Esau's not rhythmic. Well, they moved to a different rhythm. They moved to a 1-3 in music. We moved to a 2-4, which is even, and Esau moves on odd. Let's come on back. Okay. And this is the Most High sword. This is the Most High's whipping stick. What did David say in the Psalms? So it says, so this what I put together is a bunch of precepts. I'll be trying to move quick because I got to line up of precepts, and it's dealing with the word violence. Now, what happened? Matter of fact, let me go ahead and read it. Genesis 6, verse 11. The earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with what? Violence. Jake men, especially, they're not voting for anybody because they came to the conclusion that this system is corrupt. No matter who you vote, Democrat, Republican, you get screwed over either way. Sometimes you do better on the Republican administration. Wasn't doing that bad when you compare this administration under Trump. We don't know if Trump is going to get back in there. We believe he is going to get back in there, you know, and he might just show his true horns this time. It said the earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence. See what Jake's doing, see what Esau is doing, all the wars. It says 12 verse, and the Most High looked upon the earth and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And the Most High said unto Noah, Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with what? With violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. So that was the flood. Now Peter speaks about the first world ending in a flood by water, the second world ending by fire. So you got two references there: Hebrews 11, verse 7, and 1 Peter 3, verse 20. Next precept, Psalms 11, verse 5. I may read to 7. The Lord Yahweh trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hateth. Now, Jake loves violence too. Esau loved violence. Everything Esau did, the blessing that he received, the sword, the great sword from Isaac, which is Yahweh Shai. So when he gave him the sword, the way you got blessed is by, you know, using the sword. The modern day sword, you know, was the gun, the AR-15, the AK-47 and 9, Desert Eagle, and ultimately it's the missiles. He that liveth by the sword shall die by the sword. So anybody that's blessed through the sword is going to eventually die by the sword. Sixth verse, upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone. We know what that's talking about. And horrible tempest, this shall be the portion of their cup. For the righteous Yahweh loveth righteousness, his countenance doeth behold the what? The upright. Who are the upright? The Israelites. And all Israelites will be saved. Not one of them is going to burn in the eternal flame forever. That's a fairy tale. If you go to Romans chapter 11, verse 25 and 26, it says that the Most High is going to forgive Israel. So the ones that have died when Babylon is completely destroyed, they're going to come back to us. Give me a second. So we're going to the next precept, Psalm 55, verse 9. And I have a list. I'm going to pull it up in a minute or so. It's a history of American wars. And from the birth of this nation up until this point, they're always involved in some war, some way or another, some way or another. Psalm 55, verse 9. Destroy, O Yahweh, and divide their tongues, for I have seen violence and strife in the city. The city is ultimately talking about Babylon the Great. This is a place of great violence. That's why you got these stores, major stores, you know, closing because they got, you know, our people, you know. But what happened in Philadelphia? They busting in them stores. What are they doing now? They're gonna close all of them. Guess what? When they close everything down, all you're gonna have is a desert. You ain't gonna have no place to go. You're gonna have to go outside of your area to an Edomite area, and they're gonna be waiting for you. You ain't coming. You ain't bringing no nonsense. So the two nations that bring violence is Esau and Jacob. But Esau then took the whole world down. So you know he's living off of the shit that he stole. So he wants to be peaceful now because you know why I got to fight? I got everything. So Jake is the one that's raising hell, bringing violence. So you know, if you want to talk about who's worse, maybe Jake is worse. Well, the scriptures do say that. The scriptures speak about they have become more wicked than the wicked. Because Jake don't give a shit, man. A cop that'll kill a Jake dude is not gonna turn around and kill his mother or fire up a funeral. Niggas will do that shit. Gangbangers, here you killed this dude and you find out where he's buried and he got his people there and you open up on the damn funeral home, man. Y'all are gremlins, man. The scriptures say, "Mistress woman shall bring forth monsters," and they're monsters, man. They're straight monsters. So the Most High gonna get both of you. You're gonna get rid of Esau and he's gonna get rid of Jake. But he's gonna deliver the righteous of Jake, which is the elect. But the rest of you gremlins, he's gonna burn up, just like in the movie Gremlins. Gonna get you in that movie theater. They're gonna play Snow White and the Seventh Dwarf. You're gonna act a damn fool. They're gonna lock them doors on your ass and set your ass on fire. Now, Steven Spielberg made that movie. Who do you think he was portraying in that movie? He was saying this is the way you kill the N words. This is how he was putting it out there, and nobody jumped up and said, "Well, this is racist," because of Nick, because he put in the form of gremlins. It's just a movie with gremlins. It has nothing to do with Negroes. But they had a scene in that movie, the original movie of what's this guy, Thelonious Monk. Now, if you go way back, before a lot of your times, even before my time, really, he was a jazz, um, he's a jazz man. He was a Jake. I mean, you can look him up, and they got a gremlin that looked just like Thelonious Monk, and he pulled out a revolver and shot another gremlin. So they were showing you, and the facial features of these gremlins look like Jake. So Steven Spielberg, a small hat, was really put a movie out saying this is what we got to do to the N words. But if you go to criticize him or try to sue him, he'll say no, they're just characters I made up. So Esau speaks. They do things in code because Esau got it. Just like now we got to do things in code. Certain things we got to say, MOTB or whatever, the jump shot, even these Edomites on YouTube. They got to you got to speak in code. So let's go to the next precept. This is Psalms 58, verse 2. So we're familiar with this one, right? So the point is in the second verse. Yeah, in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked, that's code for E, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they are born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. That because the serpent kills you. If it's a boa constrictor, if I'm saying that word right, they squeeze you to death. If it's a cobra, they bite you and the poison gets you. It says their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear. Next precept, Psalms 72, verse 14. He shall redeem their soul from deceit and violence. Who's going to be redeemed? We are. from deceit and violence, and precious shall the blood be in his sight. So that's talking about the elect, that the Most High is gonna have his angels encamp about us. Next precept, Psalm 73, verse 6. Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a what? As a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart can wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. That's Esau right there. We'll go real quick to Ezekiel 35. Fifth verse is the key verse that I want, but I'm gonna start from right here. So the title, the headline is prophecy against Mount Seir. So we know what Mount Seir is all about. It's talking about Esau. Esau, wherever Esau is established, that's Mount Seir. Moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, or the Edomites, and prophesy against it, that it may fall. And say unto it, Thus saith Yahweh the Most High, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am Mount, meaning government, of Seir, the Edomites. I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. So this land, pursuant to Isaiah 34, is known really as the land of Edom. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. Because thou hast had a perpetual everlasting hatred, and has shed the blood of the sons of Israel. He don't care about what you did to the mother nations. You have shed the blood of the sons of Israel by the force of the sword, the blessing that you got from Isaac, in the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. So we're at the end of this thing, and Esau is still coming against us. Esau is going to bring his violence until he's taken out. It says, "When thou cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou cease to do what's the word treacherously against us, we shall deal treacherously against you." Isaiah Isaiah 33 and 6. They changed the attempt to change the history books of slavery. They saying, well, y'all were never in slavery, y'all just had jobs. And plus, you shouldn't get mad at us because we gave you skills. That shit ain't gonna work. And there's too many Jakes out there that have, high positions in this society, that are politicians. Some are senators, a lot of them are Congress people. And I'm gonna say this too: a lot of these senators, all of them, they know about the Israelites. They don't. this the federal government knows about the Israelites. So a lot of them are secret disciples. A lot of these Congress people, these lawyers, these doctors among Jake, these professors, bank presidents, and so forth. It says, "For they eat the bread of the blood, for they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence." You know, like they're like a wino, but a wino to drinking blood, meaning violence. They loveth violence. 18 verse. So there's Proverbs 4, verse 17. But the path of the just, which is us, and all the rest of Israel, even the wicked ones that don't make it, they're the just too, because they're gonna come back righteous. It says is as the shining light that that sinneth more and more unto the that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. Now this is a beautiful scripture because the scripture said, "Let your light so shine," right? So it's saying right here, but the path of the just, the elect, is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. So you have this light, you're supposed to push this word out. And the closer we get to this, the day approaching, our light's supposed to shine more and more. That shineth more and more unto the perfect day, unto the destruction. Okay, Proverbs 10, verse 6. I'm going to jump. Proverbs 10, verse 6, and then I'm going to jump to the 10th verse. You know what? I'm going to read right through from the 6th verse to the 10th verse. Matter of fact, I'm going to read the 6th verse to 10th verse, and I'm going to come back. It said, blessings are upon the head of the just, the righteous. And it says Cornelius was a just man, right? So he was an Israelite. But violence covereth the mouth of the wicked. When they open up their mouth, they're speaking about setting your ass up, going to war. The memory of the just, 10th verse, he that winketh with the eye causes sorrow, but a prating fool shall fall. And this man is a fool because he don't believe in the Most High. Back to the 7th verse. The the memory of the just is blessed, but the name of the wicked shall rot. They're gonna have the wicked, they're gonna have Esau's end the world, Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. The wise in heart will receive commandments, but a prating fool shall fall. He that walketh upright walketh surely. He that walketh upright walketh surely. But he that perverteth his ways, which is these lies out here, shall be known. So they're being known that they're a bunch of damn demons. This guy, Vocab Malone, he wants GMS to come in dialogue. We ain't dialoguing with you. So you need people like me. You need the GMS. Because if you just started teaching your whack ass gospel, ain't nobody going. You ain't gonna get no people listening to you. They ain't gonna buy your merchandise. So you need a so-called enemy to point to. You made us the bad guy. It says a 10th verse, he that winketh with the eyes causes sorrow, but a prating fool shall fall. 11th verse, the mouth of a righteous man is a well of life, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked. So we have identified who the wicked are. Okay, next precept, Isaiah 59, verse 6. Their webs shall not become garments, neither shall they cover themselves with their works. Their works are works of iniquity, and the act of violence is in their hands. What's in their hands? The sword that was given to Esau by his father Isaac. Let me read the seventh verse. Their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity, wasting and destruction are in their paths. A verse, the way of peace they know not, and there is no judgment in their goings. Whatever they do is wickedness, it's violence. They have made them crooked paths. Whosoever goeth therein shall not know peace. Now I want to do something. Give me a second here. Okay, this right here. Okay, this is Gettysburg Flag Works. So this is a history of American wars. Now they didn't give you a history of all of the laws because there was a bunch of wars that they had with Gad, and they lost a lot of those wars. That's why they don't put it in the history books. A lot of those little wars that they don't talk about, when they were fighting Reuben and Gad, they were losing them wars. So they said, "No, we don't put that in the history books." So it says a history of American wars. Now this is the birth of their nation, the Revolutionary War, 1775 to 1783. So we're talking what, 8 years? You got the War of 1812. And you can read this. I don't remember. I'll leave the link in the description box. Mexican American War. A lot of that land, like California, parts of Texas, I believe the whole Texas, that was all Mexico, and Esau just pushed them out. American Civil War. That was the southern nations fighting against the 13 original colonies because they wanted the southern nations wanted to break off from the original 13 colonies. So that's how you had that war to when the North won, they had the South had to bow down to the North. Then they took their slaves and made them slaves of the U.S. government. Remember, they never freed the slaves; they emancipated the slaves, and that means to hand over. A manual to hand over. Then you had the Spanish American War, 1898. And like I said, in between these wars, you had a lot of wars with Gad and Reuben. World War One, which they didn't even get involved in until like the last year. I believe it was late 1700s going into the 18, I'm sorry, 1917. Really, they got into the war in 1918. I think it was the last 9 months of the war. So from 1914 to 1918, they said the first World War began in 1914, and it was fought between Allied powers, which included the Russian Empire, the British Empire, France, the Empire of Japan, Italy, and the US, and the Central Powers, which included the Ottoman Empire, the German Empire, the Austrian Hungarian Empire, and the Kingdom of Bulgaria. The war ended with the victory of the Allied powers in 1918. New nations were formed. Yeah, they cut up the nations. So now, let me see something. Like I said, the U.S. got into it at the end of the war. They got involved in it. So of course, we got World War II, Korean War, and the Vietnam War was a continuation of the Korean War. Look at that. 50 to 53, and he got from 59 to 75. So they have a vast history of violence. Look at this: the Gulf War, the war in Afghanistan, and that was a 20-year war. The Iraq War, 2003 to 2011. And these are called interventions, which are nothing but wars. They got involved in other wars. That's called a proxy war. More 20th century interventions. 2000 to present. They give you the list right here. And they don't even play. These look, the U.S. is all over the place. The secret wars. It says American intervention in Yemen, 2002 to the present. American intervention in the war in Southwest Pakistan. We didn't even know about that. From 2004 to 2018, second U.S. intervention in Somali civil war, 2007 to present, meaning they're over there right now fighting, but they're not putting it on the news. Operation Ocean Shield, which I never even heard of. Operation Ocean Shield, 2009 to 2016, international intervention in Libya. That's where Muammar got killed. Operation Observant Compass in Uganda. American-led intervention in Syria, 2014 to the present. Now, look at this. American military intervention of Niger. Now, I thought Niger, that just happened. The U.S. been there with the French since 2018. So we're talking about 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 6 years. Going on 6 years. Like I said, in Isaiah, I quoted Isaiah 33. Let me go to that. Isaiah 33. Woe to thee that spoileth, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt cease, shalt make an end of dealing treacherously, they, the other nations, let the weak say, I am strong. Joel 3, they shall deal treacherously with thee. So the nation said, let the weak say, I am strong. That's Joel. Joel 3, verse 19. I should start from, I really just start from the first verse. It said, Egypt shall be a desolation. Now we know that that's talking about spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. And Edom shall be a desolation, a desolate wilderness for the violence against the sons of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed, for Yahweh dwelleth in Zion. Zion is another word for the Israelites. Zion is a Tzayawan, which means monument. I think I'm gonna close on this one. I had a bunch of more precepts, but I'm gonna close on this one. Revelation 18, verse 21. This is one of my favorite chapters right here. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall this, because they have a history of violence. So they're going to go down by violence. He that liveth by the sword shall die by the sword. Thus with violence shall that great city, Babylon, be thrown down and shall be found no more at all. 20th verse, rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High have avenged you on her. So that's what we're looking to wait for. That's what we're waiting for. That's what we're looking forward to. Why you think we speak so hard? We constantly doing videos because we want to push the Most High. We want to yell at the Most High. We want to cry to the Most High. Scriptures speak about them that sigh and cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof. Those are the ones that's going to be sealed with the Most High's seal, exempt from judgment. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say Shalom.